Hi, I'm Dave from Sailing Laguna. In the last video, I had my first week on the boat where I wiped mould off walls, washed linen, did some provisioning, and learnt that we had purchased a boat whose bilge pump didn't work. I then jetted off to California to meet the family and see some old friends. After a lovely weekend of catching up, we made our way back to LAX, flew out to Atlanta, took the airport train to another terminal. Now this may seem trivial to regular trappers, but this is all still much of a novelty to us. We then flew directly into Hilton Head in South Carolina.
Alright, here they are. They're at the boat. Yay! With all of our luggage.
No!
Oh my goodness.
And you are going to put all of it on the boat.
And well, this is where it all took a nosedive. As I entered the boat, the low voltage alarm was going off.
God.
The week before had been all sunshine, and I was lulled into a false opinion about the charging system. A day or so of rain had not allowed the batteries to charge up, and the low voltage alarm was sounding. But it got worse. The lovely washed and clean linen of the owner's berth that I had prepared for Sam and myself had gotten wet when one, and not both, of the window latches was not shut properly. And we sunk further into the depths of despair when a cold snap hit Hilton Head on our first night, with temperatures sinking to 1 degree Celsius. And, of course, the boat had no heating, because remember, it can't be plugged into the dock. And, yeah, it was not a very good start to boat life. It was then on to getting the water running. Here we are in the actual laundry. So we're lucky enough that this 4-cabin version has got a washing machine in place of one of the toilets, which is really handy, of course, for a small family like ours. But when I turned the water system on, I found that I had a leak. There was several of these pipes were loose, so I've tightened those, but this one here was more problematic. It was leaking and I couldn't solve the problem. I pulled it apart, and when I pulled it apart, I noticed that the thread was all damaged there. Alright, so here's what I found. That's the broken one there on your right, and that's the replacement I found. Well, I didn't find it at Lowe's, didn't find it at a specialty plumbing store. It was actually just at Home Depot. So it's the same thread, it's the same, I forget what you call that, a barb fitting, and there it is there. That's the details on it. I've also added a cleaning agent to the water system, which is why it looks all sudsy. Alright, so here we are in the heads. We have an issue with the shower nozzle and everything, so let's check that out. The first issue is that water comes out of there, and of course also that it's facing the wrong direction. Alright, so when I put that in there, you can see clearly facing the wrong direction. So hang on buddy. So what we're going to do is just add some thread tape and tighten that up and see if that solves the problem. Alright, well, here we are down in the engine bay. This is one of the things that the surveyor picked up and that the insurance policy said we had to fix before we went anywhere. So let's have a look at this little issue. Do I actually know what I'm talking about? Not really, but it may be hard for you quite to see there. But there's a little nick in that clear tubing there. So yeah, we've got to take that off and have a little bit of a look at it. There's also a kink there in that hose, which is obviously undesirable as well. So we might we'll change that. We'll change those two things, I guess, while we're here. There is a break or a split in it, and there is some rust on the internal wiring of the tube. So yeah, anyway, we need to replace that.
Anything, Daddy? Are you gonna drop the tender in?
Yep.
Or just hold on to
Hold
it?
a bit of tension against them. Let it go a little bit.
No, I can do it.
Okay.
We're just leaping forward to check that it works.
Here we go, what are we doing, Daddy?
Alright, we have left the dock. We have left the dock for the first time.
First time. Okay, what's today?
It's Thursday.
Thursday?
Wait, no, it's Friday.
Friday. And we arrived, what, on Monday?
The first thing, of course, that we did once we got off the dock was check that the anchor would go down and come back up again in case we got into any problems.
What is it, Cooper?
We then dropped a buoy in the water and we just practiced motoring up to it and coming side onto it.
Here's Cooper's first time of driving the boat, with an apple, of course. What a surprise. Campbell's had a turn too, haven't you, Campbell?
When we get back very close, I'm going to put this down soon.
Well, with getting the boat off the dock, the week was looking up. But it was about now where the friend of the old owner, who had made contact with us earlier in the week, said that him and two other cats were leaving tomorrow morning for a 160 nautical mile overnight of the St. Augustine. Now, conditions were meant to be good with 15 knots from behind and small to moderate swells. He said that we were welcome to join him if we liked. And so it was at this stage that we thought we probably should go and actually put the sails up to check if they actually work. And so we went out to the open water and gave it a go. Should we go? Is staying here in the cold more of a risk to our sailing dream than an overnight passage to the warmer waters of Florida? What do you think? Comment below. Would you go, or would you continue to work on the boat for a bit longer? So, I guess to find out, you'll need to hit the subscribe button and watch the next video to see what happens.
There we go. It's the first time of having both sails up. Well done, Samantha. We are sailing. Make sure we don't run into the giant barge.